Hi, I'm Jenna, also known as RetroLemon, and this is episode 126. Big hello and welcome to new viewers, and a hello and thank you to returning viewers. Try to be quick today. I feel like I have a lot to show, but I did close out the giveaway for the Sparkle Punk pattern, and I'm sorry I forgot to mention it last week's episode. Last week was super crazy. I had so much going on and it totally slipped my mind, but it looks like plenty of people heard about it because we had lots of entries. I went ahead and pulled before I got started so that it wouldn't slow us down much. But, so there were two patterns to give away. Random number generator first picked number 36, who is Debbie J. Jackson, and she picked the kitten poker socks. So, Debbie, I will have Lisa, also known as Sparkle Punk, gift you that pattern. And then number random generator picked number 15, who is Julie R. Knits, and she also picked the kitten poker socks. So super awesome. Congratulations to the winners. Thank you so much, Lisa, for doing the giveaway. It's always fun to do. It's always fun to do giveaways. And then our knit along. I don't have mine handy. It's over that, like, I can see it. Our knit along through the end of July. So you have 22 days from the time I'm recording this. So it is July 9th. So plenty of time. You still start one now. You got it. Anyways, we are doing my new shawl pattern, which is Leaves of Change. And so just knit it. Anyways, we have two prizes donated by very generous people. First up, Sarah, Forensics Girl, donated Liza in the beautiful Moses colorway. It is the 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 150 grams. Very nice. Which is 510 yards if you wanted to know. And then, Steve and Andy of Leading Men Fiber Arts donated a skein of their Soliloquy base, which is what my main sample was knit out of, but in the Lucky Charm colorway. So Soliloquy is 657 yards of 100% superwash British BFL, also 150 grams in this beautiful green color. So go knit your shawls, and one of these could be yours. One of these beauties. Okay, so, finished objects. I have a finished object. Thank goodness. I finished it last night and blocked it overnight. And then George went, and he must have been laying on, or he likes to roll on my blocking mats, like wiggle around on it, because my T-pins had cat hair stuck in the tops of a few of them. Like, he had been rolling and it got caught in the little T thing. But thanks a lot, George. He's such a character. Oh my god. And I know I have two cats, and I don't talk about Lucy much, but Lucy doesn't want to be in the limelight, right? Like, she doesn't even want to be touched most of the time. So don't feel sorry for Lucy. She doesn't want the attention. So I knit this. It is the Fleur de Lis One Skein Shawl by Michelle Miller, also known as the Fickle Knitter. It is knit out of Sulca Legato by Mirasol yarns. It is it's a lace weight. It's a heavier lace weight, but definitely not a light fingering, if that makes any sense to anybody. So it is a merino alpaca silk blend, which it came out so much nicer than I thought it would, because I was afraid it was going to have too much of a halo. Since it was a lighter yarn, I did go down in needle size. The pattern called for a 7 and I used a 6. It is a little, it might not look little to you, but it is little, so you really couldn't wear it like as a shawl. You kind of would have to wear it as like a little shawlette. Like this, I think, is the best way to be able to wear it at this size. I don't remember the color might be like color 211 or something. It's 2 something. It's a number. It doesn't have a name. But it reminds me like a very like, I was thinking like an amethysty purple, but that's not right. If you're familiar with gemstones, it looks like alexandrite. Is because it has like, it's a bluish purple and it's a heather. I know the camera's not going to pick up the color. But this is such a super, super simple pattern. It's the 3rd time I've knit it. I can't recommend it enough. I feel the directions are very clear. Always very happy with how it turns out. So that is a sample for the knit shop. And I only used 1 skein. I was kind of surprised. The LYS owner sent me home with 2 skeins, and it's like 274 yards for 50 grams. So, it says a 1 skein shawl, and it calls for fingering weight. So I didn't know using a lace weight how that would work. But it worked out fine. Still only used 1 skein. I had a little bit of a ball left over. So I will give the other skein back to her. So, because she actually has Fickle Knitter patterns in a binder that you can buy. Like, not just as like a Ravelry download. Because she does in-store purchases as well. So, we wanted to do something to show off the patterns. That's the only finished object I have. I hoped to have more. So, works in progress. I'm still knitting on the baby sweater. I gotta take all my stitch markers out. It looks so tacky with all my stitch markers still stuck in it. But it's one of those patterns, and I'm not giving anything away by saying this, but it's one of those patterns where you work one side and then it tells you to pretty much knit the other side the same way. You know, so it's like, knit, you know, after this point, knit straight till it's as long as the other one, as, you know, the right side, if you're working on the left side. So I went and put stitch markers, so I knew exactly how many rows and everything, so I wasn't just like holding it up. It's exact. Because I'm way too picky. So this is the Josh cardigan, and it is from Euro Baby Yarns. It's made out of the maypole. Maypole. I think there's actually an L. There's another yarn that we carry that's like a maypole with just an O. Anyways, maypole. And I still have to put it together. So I hope to have this done by the end of the week. So you might not see this again finished, but it'll be on my project page. It's a super, super quick knit. I was just so focused on getting that shawl done. And the maple is a worsted weight. And it looks like this. And it comes like in these little cakes. And this, we decided to do boy colors because I'm going to be knitting another sweater for a sample. And we're going to do a girl. So we thought these were fun. It's red, blue, and green. Looks like it gets a little purple where the color runs together, but it's very red, blue, and green, very boy. So, I will be almost done with that. I cannot wait to have it done. Have that off the needles. Because I feel like I've been working on that one for a while, even though I know I really haven't. I just feel for the size of the project it should be done. And if I wasn't working on a bunch of other things, it would be. Then the other thing I'm working on is the baby sweater for my cousin's baby. And I am seaming it. So it is inside out right now. And I got lots of hangy strings. Let's see. I guess I can flip it inside out. Or right side out. So I'm almost done. So I learned how to do the mattress stitch, which I've never done. It was nice to have somebody there just to make sure I'm doing it properly. So my seams are looking beautiful. So I'm super excited. So I went and I seamed, okay, first they have you seam the top, which I did. Then they have you put on the sleeve, like seam the sleeve to the sweater, which I did. So now I just have to seam down the arms and down the side. and it'll be, and then put the like, I guess like a collar on the edging. Maybe that would be more proper of a term. So all I have to do now, little baby sweater, is pick up like along up here and around the neck and put on like an edging button band type thing. So it's like a little kimono style sweater, which I love. I think it'll be super, super cute. So it'll be like that when it's done. So you'll get to see this one finished because I don't need it for another week and a half. So this one you'll get to see done. And I'm super, super excited about it because I think she'll love it. I got to see her this past weekend, and it was so hard to not be like, I'm making your baby a sweater, and it's awesome. Because I'm so excited about it. I'm really, really excited about this sweater. Because I know she's going to love it. Like, she's just, you know, one of those people I think is really going to appreciate something handmade. So I think I will have plenty of yarn left over. And like I said, this was one of those bear hug kits from Plymouth. I believe now they are discontinued, which is a shame in a way, because they're really kind of cool. Because you got a ball of yarn, and inside the ball of yarn was the pattern and the buttons. And it was all in a whole little kit. They originally retailed for $15, and it was on clearance at my LYS. So, super excited. I can't wait to see them in it. So excited. It's been so hard for me not to buy like every kind of baby item. Like, oh, I like having this for my kids, and my kids like this, and oh, this is super. It's been so hard because I would spend a fortune. And then the last work in progress, because I needed something for me. I just want something for me. And I knit most things for myself. I am a selfish knitter. I do not knit for other people. There are not many people I find to be extremely knit-worthy. I mean, I make my kids toys, and I make my kids socks, but sweaters, they grow too fast. Like, when they grow up and they quit growing, I will make them sweaters. I will happily make them sweaters, I think. I still have to make my husband's sweater. That's my goal. But I have to have, like, there was a two shop samples on the needles, and then the baby sweater. I'm like, I just need something for me, because that's what makes me happy as a knitter. I'm not, I'd like to say I'm a process knitter, as in I really like to enjoy the process. I really like to do projects where I learn. But when it comes down to it, I am a product knitter. I want to knit things that I find are functional, that I find that are pretty, things that I will use. And there's so many projects I would like to make, but I think realistically I will never use that, so I'm not going to make it. So that's kind of the fun thing with making the shop samples for the LYS, is I get to make things I wouldn't normally make. I mean, sometimes it's a good thing and sometimes not so much, because I'm like, I didn't really enjoy this, or I didn't enjoy the yarn. But at least now I can say that, right? Like, sorry, I feel like I have a piece of fiber in my mouth. I can say, yes, I have knit with that yarn and it's spectacular. You know, I knit with that yarn, not so much. So, like I said, I got the itch, something for me. And I surprisingly am liking this yarn. I wasn't sure if I was going to. And as soon as I get this untangled, I will tell you more about the yarn. So it looks like, what? It looks huge, right? Like, it's on a 60-inch cable. It's huge. I'm going to transfer it to a smaller cable as I can. So I am knitting. It is a capelet, I guess you would say. Oh, it keeps getting tangled. I keep getting frustrated. And I am knitting it out of Cascade Alpaca Cloud. So let's look at the content, shall we? Alpaca Cloud. It is 70% merino wool and 30% baby alpaca. And normally I don't like knitting with alpaca. I just don't. It has too much of a halo for me. I always want to pick the little hairs out of it. It drives me bonkers. But this has a little bit of that, but it's not bad, because I'm trying to remember the term. I guess it would just be like the yarn is chain plied. Like, it looks like somebody went and took a little crochet hook and made like a chain with it. Kinda. But it's not a sloppy, it's definitely machine done, and it's done nicely. And you don't get all the little fuzzes as much with it. I mean, you get them here and there. And sometimes I'm like, is that alpaca fuzz or is that a George fuzz? But it has been really nice to work with. It is super soft, and it's going to be super warm because it is wool and alpaca. Baby alpaca. So the pattern is Harrowsmith, a classic cape. So it is by Ash Kearns Knitting. So it's copyrighted Ash Kearns. Came out in 2013. I printed it out in black and white. It just gives materials and stuff. It doesn't give any of the pattern. So that's what it looks like. Like I said, black and white because I'm cheap and do not print my knitting patterns out in color unless if it's a chart and it needs to be in color. So I'm going to do, it has two options. It has a hood option and a collar option. I'm just going to do like this one here and put the collar on it. I'm not really a fan of hoods. I never use them. I don't like to really put them up over me. You know, I mean, I own some hoodies. I don't think I ever use the hoods on them. So I thought I'm just going to do the collar because I've never used the hood. And I worry of the weight of the hood pulling it back. Like, I don't want to be constantly pulling it forward. So that's just one of those things I think about. And I mean, it'll use less yarn, less time. Well written so far, no problems. There's a couple things like I feel sometimes the pattern jumps ahead, like it tells you like with the buttonholes, it tells you like gives you all the buttonhole information and then you go into the pattern. I guess you know ahead of time then, but I like everything step by step as I'm going to use it. I don't want to have to read ahead. I don't want too much information up front. I want it just step by step in order, in perfect order. So anyways, so this, you know, is going to go around me, right? And you need room, elbow room, per se, so it can sit, you know, about here. And you're going to decrease up. So I will be switching to a shorter cable when I need it. Beautiful thing about interchangeables. So far so good. It is the yarn, the pattern calls for like Eco Cloud Plus, which is undyed. It's natural. But I went with this color, I believe is called like deep teal. But the color number is 2118 in case you're interested. Information is also on my Ravelry project page. And I did swatch for it. I've learned the hard way too many times. I swatch for all my sweaters now. And even though it's a garment, it's a one-size-fits-all kind of thing, I wanted to make sure it's not going to be too big or too small. And that's it for the knitting. So I have Yarny Goodness. So first up, I have a skein, a beautiful skein of Socks That Rocks. Lightweight. And 100% superwash merino. 405 yards, and it is Skyrocketing Puddle Jumper. Love this yarn so much. Doesn't replace my favorite Happy McCrappy Pants, but it's definitely a close second. It's one of the new Blue Moon Fiber Arts colorways, and I was at Zombie Knit Apocalypse, and I saw Diane Knittables knitting the most beautiful pair of socks out of this. They were beautiful. So I think hers, she might have been doing maybe like the Skype socks or something like that. I think I had a cable on the side, just a little cable. But I think I'm going to do the Zigzag-tacular or something like that socks out of these. It's been all over Ravelry. Everybody's been knitting them. So I thought, well, I might as well knit them too. No, I wanted something that would work well with a variegated yarn and yet give it some interest and kind of break up the variegation a little. So I thought that would be nice. I don't know when I'll cast those on. But I love this. I had to have it because Blue Moon Fiber Arts sometimes like rotates their colorways, I guess you'd say. So it might not always be available. And I had to have it. The other thing I got, so like I said, I'm doing the Eat Sleep Knit Yarnathon. Wearing my Yarnathon t-shirt. I love these shirts. They're so soft and comfortable. I could wear them like every day. So the second quarter ended at the end of June. And it's so crazy. So they were offering, so third quarter starting, and the challenge was to knit something out of your queue. Like an old project out of your queue. So one of the oldest projects I have, I bought the pattern finally and printed it out. It's the Cladonia shawl by Kristen Kapoor. So I don't know that you can see it real well. But it is striped, 2 colors at the top, and it's like it's a crescent shaped shawl. And then it has like lace at the bottom. It's been on Ravelry for years now. I mean, I'm trying to look for a copyright. I don't see a year. It's been all over Ravelry for a long time. I've seen it so many times. And I thought, okay, it's one of the oldest knitted things I queued. I used to crochet. I started off crocheting, so I had crochet things in my queue. I'm like, I don't ever plan to crochet again. I just don't like it. Not anywhere near how I love to knit. I started crocheting first because I didn't know anybody who knit, but knew some people that crocheted. I have nothing against crochet. It's just not so much for me. So it's definitely one of the oldest things that I had queued knit-wise. So I've been wanting to make it for a while. And Eat Sleep Knit is offering until, I think, through this weekend, 10% off your Q3 challenge order. So you had to specify what yarns were being used for your Q3. And 10% off. So 10% off. And then I had like a $25 credit for hitting a milestone or something like that. Anyways, I got 2 skeins of Madeline Tosh in the Tosh Merino Light, and for the 2 skeins I paid $12.80 together. So I got a killer deal. Love Eat Sleep Knit. Having so much fun doing the Yarnathon, and that blue is like glowing on my screen. It might, sometimes it looks bright on my screen and it looks fine on the computer. But anyways, I'm doing it out of these 2 colors. Surprise, surprise. I'm sure. It's as close to the original as I could get. The original called for grasshopper and clover, which was I think like a bluey green, and it's discontinued. It's been discontinued for a couple years now at least. So I went with Bloomsbury, grasshopper, Bloomsbury. Very nice. Super excited about that. Can't wait to get that started. It just has to be done by the end of September. And then I have some bag purchases. So I saw this on the Stockinette Zombies website. What is it? Kicks and Giggles shop.etsy.com. I love this fabric. Tangerine Designs used to have, I have one, but she used to make one of her like bucket style bags out of this fabric, but it was lighter. It wasn't as dark of a chartreuse. It was a lighter chartreuse, but otherwise the same fabric, and I love that bag. I'm a huge fan of the wedge bag, so when I saw this on the podcast, I went straight to the group and ordered it, and then there's another bag I so want so bad on their shop. And I'm not telling you what it is because I haven't decided that I'm really not getting it, although I'm probably not getting it because I didn't even have this one yet. I'm like, you haven't gotten your first bag from them yet. Don't order a second. You don't need another bag. But anyways, it's super cute. So it's like this black and white print on the inside. It's kind of like stripes, lumpy stripes. Love this bag. I cannot wait to put something in it. And then I saw this at Zombie Knitpocalypse, and it was sitting on the Girl Cave Bags table, and it kept calling to me going, Jenna, you love mustaches. And they're not just any mustaches, they're printed, colored mustaches. Ah, you need this bag. And I'm going, no bag, I can't have you because I don't need you. And then I love the fabric on the inside. It's like a chartreusey with polka dots. So it didn't sell, and it went up in her shop on the update, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to have that bag. Like, that bag is meant to be mine. So I bought this bag. I don't need any more bags, people. I don't need them. But God, I love them. And then I have some gifts. I guess first gift, since we're talking about bags, Patty, who is state 55. Anyway, she's Patty, and she's fabulous. I love her face. We had the best time at Zombie Knitpocalypse together, and her luggage unfortunately got lost, and she had this gift for me in her luggage. So she got me a super cute little fox bag. It is going to be perfect for socks, and it's polka dots on the inside, and it's like padded. It's got like, it almost feels like a little bit of a foam padding. It's nice. It stands up really great. It is a nice bag. Super cute. And then my daughter wants this so bad. It is like a rhinestone fox. It's very glittery. I don't know that the camera can pick up the sparkle. It is all sparkle. And it's a cute like tag or keychain. Super, super cute. Because she knows I like foxes. And then, because she just is so generous, there is a little skein in the big wool set of stitch markers in the little tin. And they have foxes on them. They are beautiful copper colored beads. And there is one with a little foxy on it. So beautiful. Annie does such a beautiful job with her stuff. So hopefully you can see it. It's cute. It's a little fox. I love it. I love it all. So, so generous. And she wrote me the most beautiful letter. And I just wanted to say, Patty, we had talked at ZK, and I know how you feel about a lot of stuff. And I just want to say, honey, your light shines so bright. I wish you could see it yourself. So, you are fabulous. You are so loved by me and so many others who have gotten to meet you. And your generosity is amazing. And I hope that you realize just how amazing you are. Because you are purely amazing. And then another gift, and I totally feel bad not showing this sooner, but I totally thought I lost them. It freaked the crap out of me. So I was given these at ZK, and I had them like with my bag of goodies that I put in my box that I sent home. And it, like, the bag kind of had tipped, because let's face it, they did not keep my box upright. You know, it probably got turned all 360 degrees around, and it had fallen out of my goodie bag and down into my samples, so it actually got mixed in to my samples. But I was given these eyes. They are hand-painted eyes by Ami Eyes, and I'm trying, Lucas, I believe, is the guy that, is there a note? Yes, Lucas. So, such a wonderful letter that was written to go with the eyes, how much he loves the designs. And Lucas, I totally love the eyes, and I so apologize for not showing them sooner. Like I said, I was kind of freaking out because I'm like, no, it was all together, and the bag had tipped, and it went down into the toys, and my toys, it took me a little while to unpack them because I was kind of exhausted by the time I got home. But he hand paints these eyes, and they are super awesome. Like these ones, I don't know that you'll be able to see them. But I totally have to show these because they are awesome. Ah! There. So they have like these little like lines, you know, like little like glimmer lines. And these ones are hand painted sparkly blue. And I so think I know what I want to use these for. So there's sparkly blue ones. Try to keep these all together. There's little ones. There's green cat eyes, blue cat eyes, pink cat eyes, sparkly green, ones that look like the Union flag. So awesome. So he has an Etsy shop as well. I'm going to show these. So generous. I mean, he sent me 6 pair. Yeah. It's amazing. So, so cool. Eyeballs. So thank you again, Lucas, so much. I totally am going to use this. Oh, these ones are called 4th of July, but they kind of remind me of the Union flag. But they're red, white, and blue. Totally work for 4th of July also. Super awesome. Thank you. Did not forget about them. Did not mean to not mention. I always try to make sure that people get mentioned when they send me things. Unless if they ask me not to, or sometimes if like I'm not sure if they want me to, because sometimes I know how the people are. I don't. But really awesome. His store is Ami, A-M-I, eyes, E-Y-E-S, so amieyes.etsy.com. It says hand-painted eyes for handcrafted toys. Awesome. I love them. I think these are going to go on some kitty beans, for sure. Because they're like little kitty eyes, but I think he calls them dragon eyes. Oh no, this one say cat. Okay. Okay, so that is it for knitting related. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm taking so much longer than I had planned. It was going to be a short show. So we're moving into A Slice of Life, so if you leave me now, I will see you next week, and if you're sticking around, here we go. I had a great holiday weekend. I hope y'all did too. I know some along the East Coast were getting some tropical storms, so hopefully everybody was safe, and everyone was safe everywhere else too. We had friends over for a cookout, which went great. The food was so good. The food is always so good when we get together. And the kids got to play and run around. It was the perfect day. It was 75, no humidity, sunny, few clouds here and there. I mean, I can't remember a 4th of July where it was like this pleasant. So, fantastic time. But of course, when the food is really, really good, it's really, really hard to resist eating all kinds of good stuff. So I didn't do good this weekend. I was all motivated, and yeah, Friday came and it went. And then Sunday, I went by myself to a family gathering. My daughter was off somewhere else at a graduation party, and my husband and boys just didn't want to go. No, my husband was actually on the computer with Apple all weekend because my computer got some sort of bug or something, and I couldn't upload anything. The cloud was messed up. Everything was messed up. We had to go take my computer and ended up wiping it clean. Like, off. Yeah. Can we say nightmare? So, he spent the whole weekend doing that, and I have to say, AppleCare and the support that we got with Apple was phenomenal. Like, I cannot tell you how many hours he spent. And they would call him. They'd be like, okay, that's all we can do for tonight, because it takes hours to reload things and everything. Like, well, let's set up. We'll call you back at X amount of time tomorrow. And I mean, they were fabulous. I'm like, that's why we have Apple. So, couldn't be happier with that. Now everything's back up and running, and hopefully, this will go up well. So, I didn't think I did as bad as I did over the weekend. But I got on the scale yesterday, and I gained 1.3. I'm like, really? I feel like every time I take 2 steps forward, I always am going at least 1 step back, if not 2. So, a little bit frustrated, but this week I am, like, motivated to stick to it. Like, I am sticking to it as hard can be. I'm determined, because I'm like, crap, I got a wedding to go to at the end of the summer, and I really want to look good. Like, there will be people I haven't seen in a long time. I want to look good. Not that I don't, but, you know, I still have a ways to go. I have to tell myself, you can't stop now. You still have a ways to go. And even though you're comfortable now and you're happy with it now, there's still a ways to go. Because I still want to be, by BMI standards, which is body mass index, I still want to be healthy. I'm still technically overweight. And so, with the amount of health risks that run in my family, I find it important to get to that healthy weight. So hopefully, you know, I can be a healthier, more mature adult later in life. So I hate to use the word old, right? Because old is kind of insulting, and you are only as old as you let yourself feel and act. I truly believe. So, because let me tell you, I've met some adults that are quite immature. So, so that's where that is. I'm kind of just trying to find balance and trying to get back into my groove. Like, I've been working out all week, like Monday and Tuesday, and today's Wednesday, and while this is uploading, hopefully get in a workout. But it's hard to find the motivation again. I was so motivated last summer, and I almost feel like I was like addicted to the adrenaline rush. Like, I wanted to feel that good every day. Like, after a workout, I feel amazing. I might be dog tired, might be a little achy, but it's like this, I feel amazing. Like, I could take on the world, and I want that feeling back, but it's getting back into the groove of doing it all the time. And life is busier for me now. I have more things doing outside of the home and in the home even. And with summer and the kids being here, I don't have that like time where there's nobody else here, nobody else that wants my attention, and I just do it. So, I mean, the kids are understanding. I mean, that's the nice thing. My kids are getting older. They're definitely more independent. I don't have to make them lunch if I don't want to. I can be like, yeah, go make yourself lunch. And they can. It's fabulous. But it's just finding that balance and finding the motivation again. And, okay, so I will admit this, because I've tried to be nothing but honest the whole time I've been doing this. Just like I talked about the cookie and the whole thing. So I've been the size I've been since the holidays, which is good. I would like to go down just one more size. One more pant size, and I would be thrilled. So, you know, I have this like 10 pounds that kind of keeps, like, I get it down to maybe 5 pounds that I put back on, and it creeps back up close to the 10 pounds. And so anyways, the other day, I think I was having a bad day. I just think I was feeling bloated and tired, and my pants were a little snug. And my husband and I had dropped a load of stuff off at Goodwill, and we went in, and I'm like, there's all my clothes. Like, seriously, it is so weird in a way to walk in, and there's like all my sweaters and long sleeve shirts on this one rack together. Like, it's all mine. There's no way that all those exact things came from somebody else. Like, they had the exact same wardrobe I did. No way. So then I'm flipping through the jeans, and I'm like, oh my god, my favorite jeans. And then I look at the size, and they're the size, one size bigger than I'm wearing now. And I'm like, those are my jeans. Those were my jeans. And the other day, I'm like, I could go back and get those jeans. Like, they would probably be a little big on me, but they fit me better than the jeans I'm wearing right now. I could go back and for $4 get those jeans back. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? Why would I think in any way that's acceptable? It's all about not going back up in size. I need to go down one more size. Not up one more size. Down one. And like, for a brief moment, like, I think I almost had myself talked into that. Like, it just that one pair of jeans. They were my favorite jeans. I was sad when they were too big. And even though I went to the store and I bought the exact same jeans in the same size, they're not the same. Because the jeans that are at Goodwill now, I mean, if they're still there, I bought it at Goodwill. Because, I mean, when you're going through different sizes so quickly, it's kind of pointless to go buy new clothes. But it's just, they were all broken in, and they were super soft from being washed so much, and they were just the most awesome jeans. But I can't do that. I'm like, that is bad. That is going backwards. That is allowing myself to get comfortable in that again. And I can't do that. That's really not an option. But that is my confession for this week. And I was this close for a brief moment. And I think I was maybe not drinking enough water, because now my jeans are fitting just fine. But I don't drink enough fluids, and I know that's bad. I know your body will store water if you're not getting enough of it. So yesterday, for like one of the first times ever, I actually drank 8-ounce glasses of water. I'm so proud of myself, because normally like 6 is my limit. I'm just not that thirsty. Drinking flavored things doesn't work for me, because I really don't like flavored beverages except tea. And you can only drink so much tea still. I mean, water is my drink of choice. So this week I'm determined to do better. I'm trying to walk more. It stinks because like yesterday I did a workout. I started the 30-day shred again. I don't use it like all 30 days. I try to do it just a few times a week as kind of like a supplement to my aerobic workout. And but it doesn't count steps, right? Because you're not stepping a lot. So it's like I did this totally kick butt workout and was feeling really good afterwards, but I still only had like 2,000 steps for the day. So I had to go out and I walked, and I think I still only hit like 7,000 for the day. But it's better than 2, so it's frustrating. It's frustrating, and I know others are out there frustrated as I am to keep it going. So that was, like I said, my little confession, my little almost lapse in taking another step backward, which I can't do. I can't do. Not gonna allow it. Gotta drink my water. And all of you be drinking your water too. It's important. Okay, that's it for me this week. I feel like I've blathered on long enough. So, I am Jenna, also known as RetroLemon. I'm RetroLemon on Ravelry, Plurk, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, Fitbit, and Weight Watchers. If you friend me on Fitbit, please let me put in there something I'm a knitter or my Ravelry name is or something to let me know. Because if not, I just exit and I feel like a jerk. I've had to do that a few times this week. That's why I'm mentioning it again. So, until next week, I will see you then. Bye.